Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode on the Highs and Lows podcast. This is our episode 6. And as you all know, this is the podcast you should be listening to if you want to know anything happening in the crypto space, Web3 space, or blockchain space. Also, if you're interested in airdrops, meme coins, and general trading, you should be listening to this podcast. So I'm your host, Solomon Gift Amunde, and I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Ochoma Miracle.
Yeah, it's always good to be here. It's quite funny that this is like episode 6.
Yes. This is actually our episode 6. How time flies. Yeah. So, guys, I hope you've watched our episode 3, 4, 5. Episode 5 was very interesting. If you haven't, please make sure you go watch it. Today we'll start by taking questions because people asked lots of questions via our TikTok and also on YouTube. So we'll answer some of those questions. One of the questions someone did ask was, how much can someone make from airdrop? The truth is, airdrop can make you very, very good money as long as you're very strategic about it and you invest your time into it. So when we talk about strategy, we talk about how many wallets you use to farm that airdrop and the kinds of airdrops that you're actually farming. If you do all of this, you can be able to make as much as $10,000 from an airdrop. There are people that this is what they do every day, January to December. This is what they do, and they're making crazy money. We also have people that have made as much as $200,000 annually from airdrops. So somewhat other person did ask, what is Telegram mini app? What do you think?
Telegram mini app, most persons are beginning to go into Telegram, right? They're beginning to have Telegram accounts. So Telegram basically is
the Telegram mini app.
First, Telegram is a direct messaging app like WhatsApp. Yeah. But on Telegram, as opposed to WhatsApp, Telegram you can build apps. Okay. Right, so that's why it's now called Telegram mini apps. Okay. So you can build apps on Telegram that you can now access through your Telegram account, okay, as opposed to WhatsApp. So those mini apps are apps built on Telegram. It's that simple.
Okay. I think you explained it properly. Some other person did ask, do people really need money to farm airdrops? It all depends on the kind of airdrop you want to farm. Some airdrops you need money. If you're focusing on testnet airdrops, you don't necessarily need money. If you're focusing on Telegram mini apps, you can do it without money based on multiple taps. You can do it. At the same time, you might still want to invest money. But if you're focusing on some retroactive airdrops that engage based on active participation, then you don't necessarily need money. So it all depends on your strategy, basically. So we move on next to weekly activities. What has been happening this week, and one of the most important things we've seen this week, there are so many stuffs, but one major thing we saw this week was the GOAT token, which is like the first AI mini token this fourth quarter.
Well, yeah,
that pumped to over $700 million. Right now it's over $700 million.
Yeah, the whole conversation now, the narrative now about AI meme coins, it's quite interesting because now we're seeing the likes of True Terminal come up. Then there is this boat that we saw, Terminal of Fun, come up to be trading only AI memes, making crazy amount of money.
Crazy money.
But then there is this general argument in the market that these AI Twitter accounts, it's actually humans behind it. It's not really like AI the way people think it is. Because, for example, that Terminal of Fun, the crazy amount of money it's making, invest 2 Solana into a project, within 5 minutes you're getting out 30 Solana, 55 Solana. They took my time to go through that Terminal of Funds X account. It doesn't hold tokens more than 15 minutes.
Yes, it leverages on instant pumps and newly created tokens, basically.
And then if you go to check those projects or those tokens that it bought, massive crash. Like it's like the death of those tokens. So it now begs the question: where is it like a war of bots? Because you, a normal person, you cannot actually even make money trading the tokens that these guys are trading or this thing is trading. Okay, but the whole AI meme narrative now it's quite interesting to see, though.
Yeah, but looking at the terminal boats, the True Terminal boats trading, and as of today, it had made over $11 million in profits, which was crazy. You tend to ask yourself, a normal human being, do you stand a chance making profits if you're trading the same token that this boat is actually trading? Let's assume it's actually a real boat, like you said, maybe not humans behind, but it's actually a real boat. And we all know that these AIs, they study the patterns, you get, and they tend to take actions faster than we humans. We leverage on boats, you get, to do this. They are the boats themselves, they have access to it. So what do you think now would be like the future of meme coin trading if we now have, like, imagine we now have like 4, 5, 6 of AI boats like this trading?
I think what would happen is we'll now start having AI bot as a service.
Obviously.
Where if you want to have access to AI analysis on trading, you would pay a subscription fee, and then you can now send money to that bot, and then it may be set up parameters as to how much per trade it can engage in.
Yes.
Maybe profit level, loss level, how many percentage in loss. And then what the AI basically does is analyzes the markets, gets into trades, and then you see how well it performs. I think that's what is going to come up later down the line, because if you remember, we had similar thing some time back where the concept of bots became it came into the market.
Majorly Telegram bots.
Yes, it came into the market through Telegram. So people resisted it at first because it's basically wallet. It's creating a wallet for you that you can now, the word snipe tokens. Over time, we saw wallets crashing, we saw wallets rugging with people's funds. But now we are now seeing that they're like good wallets. They are wallets that have stood the test of time. That's these bot wallets. So over time, we might now start seeing this whole AI wallet or AI bots also doing the same thing, where it does the analysis for you. It takes the trade, it takes the profit or losses for you. But what I think is we might now get into a highly, let's use the word mechanical, where you're not really doing the trades anymore. You're just relying on your bot.
On the boats.
And then we'll see massive spikes, massive dumps, death of tokens
happening within very short time intervals.
Short period of times where token just launches now, in the next 2 minutes, it's dead and gone. Moving on. So
repeat.
People are going to lose a whole lot of money if you don't know what you're doing.
I cannot already imagine that, because if they should present a service currently where people are now allowed to copy truth terminal boat trades, I 100% believe most persons will subscribe to that.
Most persons will.
I believe that, and I feel that would also affect the profitability of the boat should that happen.
It's a zero-sum game. Yes. Now, when a whole lot of persons is subscribing to that particular service, the boat has to take trades. You get, it's either based on the parameters anyway you set for it. It has to take trade, and if it's making a buy of, let's say, $1 million on a new token with less liquidity, we're going to see huge spikes.
Yeah, and most persons copying that and repeating the same process.
Right. So it's going to be like I said, it's going to be huge volatility when it comes to
the market,
these trades.
Yeah, so we also saw some crazy stuffs that happened this week. We saw someone bought a meme coin, GOAT, with $1. And right now, the person is sitting at $120. Now, for persons that usually think you need so much money to make money in memes, this person just proved that actually you don't. You just need conviction. It might still be a gamble.
Yes, you don't actually. Like, we had that conversation one of the last times about insider information.
Yes.
Most of it is insider information. A few of it is basically luck.
Okay, I would say this one is luck.
Yes, some of this is luck, because like you shared a meme with me, which is medieval meme or something like that.
Yes. I think WMM.
Yeah, WMM. Like yes.
Yeah.
So when I looked at that meme, I was like, oh, this thing can actually be good. But do I want to put a huge amount of money here? No. I just put in small amount of money. And I've forgotten about it. Like in my head, I don't own that WMM. So I can carry on my day. Maybe 2 months later, that money becomes a huge amount of money.
Yes.
To me, it's luck, because I wasn't even expecting anything from it. I just like, this meme looks good, the narrative looks good.
I just
What
threw
I'm saying
some
is different.
funds.
So I just threw, and a very small amount of money that I'm not even considering into it. So sometimes it happens like that, where
Yeah.
it's not insider trade, but you just looked at it. It sounds stupid, or it sounds funny.
Yeah.
And then you just throw a little amount of money, and you're not checking it. You don't even have any interest to check it. You get, so it happens too.
Yeah. So another stuff we saw happen this week, which was actually quite interesting, was the person that turned $97 to over $400,000.
That was
And that
Zach's
was
NFT, yeah.
yeah, and this was via trading NFT.
NFTs.
You get, and people believe that NFTs are a thing of the past.
Of course, it's
you get
not.
NFTs are stuffs that happened 2021 and died off 2022 and afterwards. So you can imagine somebody turning $97 to over $400,000.
When we talk about trends, when one trend shifts, when we're in a trend, we tend to forget about, you can actually make money.
Yes.
For example, let's say we're in an airdrop trend, right? Because there was earlier this year, we're in an airdrop trend where Solana dApps was given a whole lot of airdrop. We had that of Camino, we had we had Jupiter, we had a whole lot. So people tend to easily forget that you can actually also make money via DeFi project. You can make money trading features. You can make money NFTs. So now we are in the meme trend, kind of. People have forgotten that you can still make money with NFTs.
Yeah.
Right? Now, when this whole Zach thing happened, where the Zach's NFTs started pumping, so many persons were like, I didn't pay attention during the minting, because the minting was almost nothing, right? People didn't even pay attention to it. But now it's crazy how much. I think one NFT at this all-time high was around 1,000.
Yeah, it got to about $1,500.
Okay, so
approximately.
It's crazy, and something that people minted for less than $1.
Yes, less than $1 actually.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so it's actually crazy. And for those watching, just in case you're wondering how this person was able to do this, he actually bought lots of the NFTs, over 200 of the NFTs at below 31 cents for each, and he spent $97 total. So you can do the math, gives you an idea of how many NFTs he bought. And as at when the NFT got up to $1,400 plus, he was still at over $400,000. So if you're watching this and you want to replicate this, or you're imagining or wondering why he did that, this was done on Zora platform, Zora platform, which is a social fi platform where you have creators dropping like random NFTs, and people are like trying to mint these NFTs for actually less than 30 cents, most of them. And they are doing so that they can qualify for an airdrop that they are anticipating. So just in case you're thinking of how you can position yourself for Zora airdrop in the future, these are like one of the ways you can go there and mint one of the NFTs by any of the creators for less than 30 cents. So you can do this on VIA-based blockchain or Arbitrum blockchain. You can actually do this. So you just need to go to your wallet, navigate your way, and try to do this. So next, we're looking at another very important stuff we saw, which was Thorchain integration with Ledger.
Thorchain has been doing a whole lot. I think we'll review Thorchain later down the line. But
yes.
But the integration with Ledger is actually a great one, where with your Ledger Live, you can now do swaps
within your Ledger wallet.
Your Ledger wallet, native swaps. So if you're swapping Bitcoin to Ethereum, it's native to native. We are not talking about synthetic or wrapped assets, which is fantastic.
Most persons watching might be wondering, what is a Ledger wallet?
It's a hardware wallet, basically a hardware wallet.
Yeah, so Ledger is for the newbies, those that are new into crypto watching. Ledger is just like a flash drive. It's a hardware wallet that you can use to store your cryptocurrencies, and it's something you can move around with. You can take it anywhere, and if you just want to access your tokens, you can plug it to either your phone or your iPad or your system, and you can access all of your tokens. It's actually been sold online. You can order it for those that want to have a hardware wallet. Now it has its own importance and relevance than making use of the usual wallets that you know of that you have on your smartphone, majorly based on security reasons.
But a side note for hardware wallet, I would advise, if you wanted a hardware wallet, make sure that what you want to store inside is a lot. So you don't have $500 and you want to spend 200 and something thousand naira to go and buy hardware wallet just to store 500, or just for the sake of it, because it's quite, I've seen people try to do it, or I've seen people do it. It's funny to me because you're spending money for hardware wallets and you want to be trading with that same money. Why do you not want to put it on a hardware wallet?
If you're getting a hardware wallet, you know that it's something you would rarely connect.
Yes, it's a long-term thing, and it's a huge amount of money that you just want to keep away. Then it makes sense to get a hardware wallet.
Some persons too, they do get hardware wallets. Maybe they want to store a token that they don't want to touch for like the next 2, 3, 4 years.
That's the same thing that we're talking about.
Some persons, so the amount invested in the token can be maybe $1,000. Right. But they're anticipating it getting to like $100K.
But then the token you're buying is kind of a well-known token, established to some extent. You won't tell me that you're buying maybe one of these low-cap meme coins. You won't even see it on Ledger. You won't even be on Ledger. So let's say if you bought Solana, when Solana drops to like $7 or $10, and you spend $1,000 and you bought it, and then you want to put it in a Ledger, that makes sense. If you took a gamble with Terra Luna, and Terra Luna dumped, and you bought
no. You would have lost all your money.
Yes, but then that seemed like an opportunity for you to accumulate a whole lot of Terra Luna, and you bought it and you put it in your ledger and you want to forget it. That's a good idea, but investment wise, Terra Luna didn't perform. Terra Luna didn't come back from that drop. Same thing happened to Solana, but Solana came back. So that's understandable.
So next we'll be talking about airdrop session. So Scroll airdrop just went live. Their token generation event, TGE, it just went live, and most persons were disappointed. Some persons were excited. What do you think about it? Although personally, I noticed that despite most persons being disappointed based on the amount of money invested in the airdrop and what they got as a return, most persons still got the airdrop.
Right. The thing is, we still have to understand this thing on a fundamental level. Airdrops are not guaranteed. This is like a bold statement that we should know. Airdrops are not guaranteed. This is interesting now that people has made airdrop farming a business, right? But it's not guaranteed. So if you have an allocation of your funds to trade airdrop, you should have it at the back of your mind that this might not actually come out to be a profitable venture, right? But then if it does, it covers your costs, right? So when I see the likes of, for me, I've kind of, would I say, farmed layer 0. I didn't get layer 0 for some weird reason. But I wasn't mad about it because I was actually even interested in layer 0's tech. I wanted to even understand how layer 0's tech worked. So I interacted with layer 0. I spent money. Well, it's not money lost because I was doing swaps on chain, right? But I didn't get layer 0. Okay, so when I see people complain about Scroll, I just know that, these guys were like, they were there strictly for the money. So
but for me, I think Scroll airdrop was quite exciting because I took out time to go through most of the parameters that they used for the distribution.
As a criteria,
and they called this their first drop. Obviously,
that's what everybody is doing now.
But I was quite impressed with the way they actually did distribute and share the tokens. Unless they were not truthful. They didn't follow what they actually wrote down. But if they did, then it was quite interesting because they did consider the community, and they also had like a flat boost that made sure at least all participants
got something.
On the mainnet, they actually got something. Then they also had like also on-chain bonus, which they looked at some other parameters too, like people that use some key technologies. You get like smart contract wallets, you get people that donated, people that also give like grants or donated to Gitcoin, and people that own like ENS, top ENS. You get they made use of most of those other stuffs. And above all, they actually did consider some other groups too that contributed to Screw, which is one very important aspect that people should pay attention to when it comes to airdrop, because most persons are looking at doing farming on-chain transactions, testnet, mainnet, forgetting that there are still other categories that get rewarded,
and they even get
like developers. Yeah, they get rewarded more because they are not so much. People doing testnets, mainnets, they might be in hundreds of thousands, but people that are doing like contribution,
writing the codes,
people that are in their Discord,
reviewing the codes,
people that are creating content,
yeah,
people that are in their Discord responding to questions, you get obtaining certain badge, you get developers, community managers. These persons, they are also still rewarded. Even
because
educators.
Their allocations is not being shared by many.
Yes, because there are quite few. At most, there might be like 1,000 persons or 2,000 persons. So when they share the tokens amongst those persons, they tend to get like 8K dollars, 10K dollars, 11K dollars, like SU. I know people that through SU airdrop, not the first phase, you get the later phase, they got as much as 10K, 11K. Even Pyth airdrop, I know people that never used Pyth protocol for 1 day, but they were, I know like 2 persons, they never used Pyth for 1 day, but they were very active in the community, like extremely active. And one thing now, when you're active in this community, there comes a time where they tell you to like mint a free badge.
Yes,
you get an NFT as a free badge, just mint it for free, or they give you like a badge. You get most of those things now, they use those stuffs to like come up with the allocation and reward eventually. So these guys got, one of them got like almost 11,500 for Pyth, you get then, and he never made use of Pyth
swapping.
He did not swap anything, he did not make use of the tech, but he was very active. And I saw the same thing too with Sue earlier this year. So someone also stick out about $8,000 in Sue too, you get. So in Scroll, we have people that also did get something similar, you get, without having to like do most of those mainnet stuff. And most people don't pay attention to this aspect of
most
airdrop.
People, they don't know about
they
that
don't even know. Yeah, they don't actually know.
For example, we have communities like communities for let's say developer communities.
Yes,
we have enthusiast communities who do marketing, community management, outreach, education. These communities sometimes get massive allocations of airdrops, you get. Now, because when a product is testing, whether they are on their mainnet, testnet, because now we have testnet, we have mainnet alpha or mainnet beta, whatever they call it. They have communities that they write the codes, they help audit codes, they help do hackathons, they help try to onboard new devs into those communities. These protocols,
for example, like Web3 Bridge.
Yes, we have Web3 Bridge, we have Solana All Stars, we have,
I think Web3 Bridge got almost 100,000 optimism tokens, OP tokens. So, and also I think,
and you know, those guys won't come out and tell you that we got this amount of money. They just keep it low key, as opposed to individuals that will come out to show you how much they got. So now, when you now look at community of enthusiasts, we have people that what they do is they host events to let people know about this particular blockchain or protocol, for them to go and swap there and all that. So they reward these people, or some of the hosts, some of the community. So when you're farming airdrop, you should just have to know that you're only doing one side, and that side you're doing a whole lot of persons
are doing that, which reduces your chances.
Yes, but then the other part of it, which is the technical side of development, you have to have some form of skills. You have to be a developer at some point. But then you have the community aspect, hosts, what's it called, meetups, discuss the protocol. Sometimes too you get allocations, and these allocations are not heavily contested.
True.
You get more of it as opposed to the one that is available for everybody.
Yeah. So this is like a major call to action for those interested in airdrops. If you know you love farming airdrops, you're very interested, you want to make money through airdrops, there are some things that are necessary for you to have, and I think it's quite important. One is you need to have a Twitter account, and this is based on experience. You need to have a Twitter account, you need to be part of a Telegram community that bring about the knowledge of most of these airdrops. And some of these airdrops, they are easily doable, they are better on PC or on your laptop, then you also need to have the necessary wallets, MetaMask, Leap, Phantom, name it, other wallets. And most importantly, you need to be active and you have to be early to most of these airdrops. So what do you think about Base? We've seen Optimism, they've done their airdrop. We've seen Arbitrum, they've done their airdrop, and some other L2s. What do you think about Base? Base has no token. They have not said anything about airdrop, but they're actually very active and they're very solid and they have very good backing. And they also have a solid tech too.
Yes. Well, Base is from Coinbase now.
Yeah.
Now, the issue with American regulations. In the beginning, I think that was 2017, thereabout. Coinbase was not listing tokens. We only had Bitcoin, Litecoin, I think Ethereum or so that was just on Coinbase. And Coinbase was fine with that. Not like it's as if they were fine with it, but because of US regulations, they cannot be listing anyhow. Then came Binance, and Binance was listing anyhow. So I don't know if they would have a token immediately. That is one. I don't know the what's it called, the structure around it. So I wouldn't say if they would have a token. But if they do, it will be profitable, right, for people, because we know Coinbase. They are the VCs. They are industry leaders,
and they've been around for a very long time. They were
here before Binance.
Yes.
Just like I said, it was the whole regulation thing that made them not to be listed anyhow.
Yeah.
Binance was just from Canada.
I think it also affected how they scaled.
Of course, now I think same thing with Bitfinex.
Bitfinex, yeah, Bitfinex.
Was it Bitfinex?
I know Bitfinex.
Bittrex.
Okay, Bittrex.
Bittrex. Bittrex too was Bittrex. No, that one was BitMEX. Bittrex did not list tokens as much as Binance. Same thing with Poloniex.
Poloniex, I don't know what their issue was. I know eventually they sold off.
Yeah, they sold to Justin Sun or so. Yeah. But the thing is, these exchanges, they were not listing anyhow because of regulations. What is a security? What is a token? And all US resident and all that stuff. But Binance came and was listing anyhow, right? Probably that's even one of the reasons why this guy went to jail. But they took market share. But now, these guys, they now have their own blockchain. They could. So if you find trading on Base interesting, if you find out you can make money on Base, go for it. But now I have to chip in something. There are things that people don't understand with this whole, let's say, Base. Now somehow we are sure that Base would give an airdrop. People think, oh, for me to go to Base, I need to have money to spend on Base. They don't understand that you can use $10 to rack up a swap value of like $3,000.
And most people won't understand that, and especially since Base gas fees are actually very little.
People need to know this, that even in airdrops in airdrop tasks that require money on mainnet, you can use a small amount of money to rack up volume, if you understand how it works.
Yeah.
So for DEXs, for swaps, you can use $10 to get a trading volume of $5,000. Right, because it's the way volume is counted is both buying and selling. Right. Then when it comes to DeFi protocol, you can still use that your $10 to have a collateral of $25. So because if you lend that $10, you go and borrow $5. You lend that same $5 you borrow $2.
Yes.
So you can stack it up, and then it's as if you have a collateral of maybe $25, $30, where your main capital was just $10. You need to know what you're doing, basically. So
it's the knowledge at the end of the day.
Right.
It's the knowledge. People need to have access to the right information to take advantage of this.
Right.
Yeah. Next, we spoke about Hemi airdrop. We actually dropped details about Hemi airdrop on our Telegram channel. So just in case you haven't joined yet, you need to find your way to join it. It's actually on the bio. You'd see our Telegram channel there, so you can just join it, navigate and join. So we saw the co-founder of Pump.fun.
Mm-hmm.
He said something that there will be an airdrop. Pump.fun has made crazy money with meme coins. They've made over $120 million You get, and they've taken profits. They've taken at least over $50 million profit.
Of course, if
And
not,
they're
you're
still
not gonna take
making
profit.
they're still making more. They're still innovating around meme coins. You get, when do you think they will be giving back to the public?
They're already giving back to the public. What is give back to the public
Airdrop
again?
now. Airdrop is how they give back to the public.
People are making money. See, these
But,
guys,
but more persons are losing money.
it's a zero-sum game.
More persons are actually losing money.
Right? The thing is, a zero-sum game. You need to know what you're doing. Them giving you airdrop, would it help you get back what you've lost? What if you don't even
And the
qualify
funny thing
for
is,
the airdrop?
even when they give the airdrop, it's the traders that traded the most
Of course, that
that
they
would
will
most
give
likely
now.
still get
See,
the airdrop.
the thing is, for me, I don't see the need why Pom.fund needs to have a token, except they just want to make money too from having their own token. That is just Pom.fund is like one of the core utility dApps that can never exist, because it solved a problem.
Yes.
They have massive revenue. Solved a huge problem, which is, anybody can own a token and nobody can rogue. So back then,
And you don't need much liquidity to create a token.
that is it. Back then, when we do our DEX screen analysis, we are looking at, is the liquidity locked? You're looking
You're
at
checking if you're going to
yes,
rogue you.
yes, they are going to rogue you. You're checking, who owns liquidity. Is it one person that is owning 80% of the liquidity? That person might pool all those plenty stuff. But Pump.fund came and said, we are going to use a bonding curve. You can get in and out of the bonding curve, and at the end of the bonding curve, everybody's money is collected and bond, and it's collected, put in radium
Index, yeah.
and bond.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was like the best thing. So if anybody wants to rogue you, the person too has to put his own money in line.
Before they can
and
rogue
rogue you
you.
on the bonding curve, which is even less painful than liquidity has built. The thing is now on a DEX. It's trading
And
massively.
somebody just
And then someone now
pulls,
pulls
even when the person
liquidity.
did not put anything. The person
That's
just
the
pulls
dev now.
everything.
Pulls everything. Is crazy. So for me, I don't see the need to have a token. But if they do, as probably they've hinted, well, the people that would benefit from it, depending on how they structure their tokenomics, is probably the people that traded the most.
Obviously.
The DJs that traded the most on that platform, and also they might have a way to
probably those that created more tokens too.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Those that created tokens too would also make a lot of money. And then if they now try to look at trading volume, well, let's see how that unfolds. But for me, there's no need for Pump.fund to have a token.
Yeah, looking at a meme coin session, a lot has been happening in this fourth quarter relating to memes, and we all know what started, or what took it to the next level, rather took the hype to the next level, is the AI meme coins, which we spoke about earlier, Truth Terminal. Yet now we have seen Truth Terminal create multiple tokens. Is there any chance that this stuff might slow down anytime soon?
The truth is, all trends comes to a halt at some point. We've seen it. We saw what happened with the DeFi trend, I think 2021. We saw the NFT trend. Everybody, people was making mad art, selling. Justin bought an art for $60 million. Justin Bieber bought. Everybody's buying. But now, at some point, it slowed down for something else. AI memes is going to slow down for something else, right? But one has to also be very careful, because, like I said, most of this AI is not actually even AI. It's people that are doing it, right? But it's just selling the narrative that it's AI. Now we've seen the likes of Murad come to talk about how meme is
meme
like
cycle,
it's giving back to the people, it's owned by the people. It's just know when to get in and get out. If you're in profit, take some profit, because the crash is going to be massive, even going into the bull market. So yeah,
I also think for most persons that are quite bullish on airdrops, they should also pay attention to memes, because memes have also been doing some very, very good numbers, like really good numbers, and they should pay attention to memes when the hype is quite high. Yet especially like now, we've seen dozens of memes almost every 2 days run from below 100k market cap to like over $10 million market cap. For example, just this week we saw Flavia Flavia did 100x, turning $42.
Yeah.
Someone that invested for $2 to over $100,000, and that happened in less than 48 hours.
Yeah.
You understand? So imagine even if the person had invested $2, that would have still been crazy money. The person would have still made at least 3 to 4 figures. You understand? So I think this is like the best time for people to take advantage of like meme coins, especially those that are crazy about airdrop. The only thing there now is you don't need to FOMO so much. You don't need to be too euphoric. You also need some form of guidance, and which is majorly why we are here, actually, to help guide people. And then next, we'll be talking about what do you think about using bots to trade meme coins?
I think it's the fastest way to trade meme coins. It's bots. Because haven't you been seen a token that is launched and you see the massive spikes? It's bots selling, buying and selling. You can't be that fast. And then for you to manually buy, you have to go and set your slippage at 10%, 15% slippage.
Yeah, if you're doing it via a DEX.
Yes, because why? These are bots.
Which is actually quite outdated now. It's kind of outdated unless you're trading memes that their price action has slowed down. They are not extremely volatile again.
Yes, that's the thing.
Because anyone now that wants to trade memes and you're trading based on trend and hype, thus you want to buy these memes that immediately it launches, let's say by 12 a.m. in the next 1 hour, it has done more than 2,000%, 5,000%. Then you have to leverage on bots.
You have to leverage on bots.
You just have to take advantage of bots to make that possible, which is also, I think, a huge knowledge gap that most persons don't know and won't be able to take advantage of it to actually make money. So these days we have like very solid Telegram bots that enables you to like get easily into these meme coins just with a command, just by dropping the meme coin address, the token you want to buy. They get in, and you can also automate your exit points. You can also automate the points you buy, the points you sell, percentages you want to take profits, and maybe when you want to close the entire trade. So most of these things have been made very easy. And most of these bots are Telegram based bots. We do have some Discord ones, but those ones are not quite common. The ones that are common and I have actually used are the Telegram bots. And we would actually talk more about this maybe on subsequent episodes, or maybe within our Telegram channel we'll discuss more about it. But if you want to really take meme coin serious, buying and selling, then you need to make use of bots, Telegram bots to be specific. Yeah. So what do you think, based on when this whole trend will blow off? GOAT is at 750M right now. I just checked, at $750 million FDV. When do you think like it will blow off?
I don't actually know. I won't tell you the whole meme AI thing will blow off next week. I don't know, but something always comes along. That's just the truth. Like last week or last 2 weeks, there was no AI meme. We are not talking about AI meme. Rather, we are talking about the whole TikTok zoo meta, where people are going to go and look for TikTok accounts, animal accounts that has huge followership, and then they make it as a meme on.
That was like early last month or so.
Yes. So, but now we are talking about AI memes.
But
right?
the funny thing is, this AI memes has been trending for at least 3 weeks. This should be like the 4th week.
It really came to limelight when this GOAT, I think Medusa,
went above 100M.
Yes, that was when people now started paying attention, started getting new memes to pump. But the truth still remains that this whole meme AI hasn't actually affected core AI narratives.
No, it hasn't.
It hasn't at all. So meaning we might even come to a point where this thing will just quietly die off, because normally a core trend would most likely also affect meme AI projects like Singularity, Layer AI, Thorchain, and maybe a few others, but it hasn't actually. So I don't know when it would end, but let's see. It's interesting. Let's see how it goes.
I think it's gradually dying off. One of the key indicators I would use to say that is, we all know that one thing that keeps a trend, especially a meme coin trend, strong is when the first meme that started that trend is still performing very well.
Right.
Now in this case, GOAT is almost at 800 million. I think it has crossed $800 million FDV. So once GOAT goes past $1 billion FDV, the excitement would have reached its peak. You get, so afterwards I would be giving it maybe max 2 weeks.
But then
to,
we
like,
still have, I
die
think,
off.
Medusa that came out.
Yeah, it will be it's a psychological stuff. Once one, which in this case goats, hits maybe $1 billion, probably max gets to 2 billion or 2 point something, people now start looking for like the next one that they can push to like $1 billion. And it is very rare, very, very rare for us to see like another meme take off immediately and get to $1 billion. That might happen in the wave 2, which wave 2 wouldn't be immediately. It might take like some time. Yeah, we saw this happen with the last 2 meme era we had last year, where we had the Pepe meme era. You get, after Pepe hits $1 billion, the market died down a bit. You get, this year we saw after WIF hits $1 billion, the market died down. Then they tried to like rally Bome and some others to above $1 billion, but it was difficult. Bome got to above $1 billion, but after a while it went below. Now we have seen Popcat, it has gone above $1 billion. So once the first one gets to like $1 billion on a particular chain, the best that can happen is they'll find another chain and repeat the same thing with a different one. But if it's on Solana, it will be kind of like difficult.
I think now the GOAT on Ethereum performed well. I think I'm beginning to see GOAT on SEO.
Yeah, GOAT, right? On I've not seen on SEO, but yeah, I've seen GOAT on Ethereum, which I actually gambled into, and it performed really, 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 really well. Like did about 20x from my entry. Yeah, that was just like a casual gamble from around 480k market cap where I got in, and it did about 2000%. I saw it after like 4-5 days of buying. Then I noticed that done about 2000%. Yeah, so if you're trading memes, you also need to understand that if you're gambling, most of the projects, the meme coins you're buying, you should expect that the price can go to zero. Like you said, you don't expect much from them, so whatever you're putting in should be what you can afford to lose. Unless you've made good money from memes, then you can increase your risk appetite. Yeah, so if you see somebody throwing in $1,000 into memes, most likely that person has made more than 10,000 from memes, so the person has no issue losing that $1,000. So I think people should take that very, very seriously. If you want to jump into memes and it's the first time you're buying memes, you don't go and rack your last 50,000 naira or your last $100 and you're jumping into a meme coin with $50 hoping to make $500. If you lose that money, you would swear for we that are making this video talking about memes. So we don't actually encourage you doing that. You need to actually reduce your appetite for risk when you're just starting. And you need to also spend time studying and understanding the market, and also have a guide. Extremely important, have a guide or a mentor. So yeah, next we'll be jumping to our project review. And just before we jump to our project review, for people that love to feel bad about selling a particular meme, maybe you're wondering, you bought a meme with, let's say, $300 and you sold at $350, you made just $50. Then later on you see that meme has pumped to a certain amount and you're wondering you could have made $2,000, $5,000 from that meme. There are ways you can actually track that meme to see how much you could have made. So you can actually go to a platform called paperhands.gm.ai and paste your wallet address to show you how much you could have made or how much you saved yourself from losing. Yet it's both ways. So you can see even the ones that you took profit, you can go later and paste to see if you hadn't taken profit, this is how much you would have lost. You get, and the ones that you took profit, if you had held, this is how much you would have made. I think that would also help build your psychology and mentality towards trading memes, and you would feel bad less often when you see the two sides of the coin. So next on our project review, we'll be looking at a very solid project that has been building for a while. And personally, I started looking into this project since first time I invested in it, the last bull market 2021. Until date, they are actually still a very, very solid project, and the project is Thorchain. So what do you think about the Thorchain, the ecosystem, everything that has been happening? I know that they are now very invested in like Kujira. Yet I know that, and I think for about 2 months after Kujira had an issue, a serious issue, they had to like absorb Kujira to also save the project and also the funds of the investors. Yeah, and it takes a lot for a project to be able to do that.
Yeah, so Thorchain is more of how would I put it gently? Thorchain is an ecosystem for native to native swaps. It's a blockchain that is dedicated to swapping. So instead of you interacting with bridged assets or wrapped assets or synthetic assets, it's native to native without the need of a SEX. So you don't need Binance for you to swap between Ethereum and Bitcoin or Bitcoin and Solana, right? And still get the native assets. Thorchain makes it possible for you to keep your identity, make decentralized cross-chain native swaps. That's what Thorchain is about. Now, in the case of Kujira is more of a DeFi suite that was built, a blockchain and L1 DeFi suite that had amazing DeFi protocols, from the liquidation protocol, Orca, to other book decks, Fin, to an on-stake protocol, to so many other good innovations that you could rarely find on other blockchains. But then they had issues with a liquidation event. Thorchain, the founder of Thorchain, JP, came in and then bailed them out. I think invested about $3 million to help settle bad debt. And now Kujira has rebranded to Rujira, which is like a Ruin Kujira alliance. And Rujira is helping Thorchain build an app layer, which this app layer should launch next month on November.
Bringing more value to Thorchain.
So it's actually an amazing partnership we've been seeing. In fact, the guy JP is doing a lot currently. They just bought Terra Station, which is the wallet, the default wallet of
back then for Terra Luna.
For Terra Luna, they just bought it, and he's also merging what's it called? Tor wallet DEX, which is the Tor token. He's merging it with Wiwi. Wiwi is their meme coin, which is on Base. He's merging it with Vault. Vault is the new wallet technology that if I start talking about Vault, the Vault is SIG wallet here to take a lot of time.
Yes.
It's different. It's a seedless, private keyless wallet. So your device is a multi-sig wallet, basically. So he's merging a lot, and Kujira is also merging a lot in terms of, we've seen the likes of Wink, what's it called, Fusion, on stake, Kuji. They are merging together to become the Ruji token. So what these guys are planning out is going to be amazing, both for the Thorchain Ruin ecosystem, and then for the Ruji ecosystem. It's amazing.
Well, that's really fantastic. Do you think there are any projects that someone can actually invest in?
I think one of the
entry projects.
Yes, one of the good plays right now is, considering the amount of effort that is going into the rebrand of Rujira and all that good stuff. It's a good idea if one can buy Kuji tokens now. Right? Because the merge would come sometime maybe late November or even December, right? So it presents a good opportunity to buy because you can only get Ruji tokens if you have Kujira tokens now. So if you buy Kuji tokens, then you can do the merge. So that's one. Ruin also would capture a whole lot of value, right? Because now I think JP said they are going to increase burn rate of Ruin token to like 5%. So they are doubling system income, system revenue, so that they can increase burn rate. They lowered fees and transaction volumes went high. You get? So now they're trying to also add more features to the system that would capture more revenue, because the moment Rujira comes on board, a whole lot of dApps is going to flock in, more money is going to be paid for security, that brings more revenue, and then burn would go up, and once burn goes up, the price of ruin is going to skyrocket. You get?
Inevitably.
Yes. So
Inevitably.
these are like the protocols now. But when Rujira comes online, we're going to there's a whole lot of dApps building in the background, that would launch the moment the app layer is live.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. But then again, another thing that I'm puzzled by is when we compare what Rain is doing and you look at the valuation of Rain, the market cap, then you compare it to what Aptos is doing, what SU is doing. You look at their valuation and market cap, you notice that something isn't right. You get it? Now, this is aside how long they have been in the game.
Yes.
But you notice that something isn't right. You'd see that Rain is massively undervalued, playing between $1 billion to 2 point something billion dollars. Yes, even as FDV.
Yes.
Whereas SU, FDV is almost getting to almost 20 billion. You get Aptos between 5 to about 10 billion in terms of market cap.
You and I know that this market is not rational. We are not in a rational market.
Yeah, but for investors now, people that want to take advantage, before the prices will like catch up.
Yes.
Do you think that Ruin now stands a chance to like hit?
I think in this
$10 billion FDV, especially with what they are doing now, consolidating with Kujira.
I think in this market, one of the biggest wins is the Thorchain ecosystem. Because what these guys are doing, the partnerships, the alliances, the merging, the streamlining, the technology, it's basically building let me just say a Binance on chain, where you don't need, there's no need for KYC, there's no need for a whole lot of things. It's going to be massive. That's why, if you ask me, I'm really invested in that ecosystem. It's a DeFi suite that makes things easy for you, cross chain. So we are not talking about it's on this chain or in that. It's cross chain. There's a lot of liquidity. There's a lot of trading activity. You can gain yield on your assets and have it streamed to your wallet. You have a new wallet technology, which is the Vaulty SIG, that helps protect people against hackers and fraudsters and all that stuff. So I think one of the smartest play in this, both for someone that wants to just make money and someone that wants to secure their assets and also be part of a greater community, Thorchain ecosystem is one of the superior plays this cycle.
Well, I think I would agree to that to an extent, because I've always believed that Thorchain is massively undervalued.
Yeah, sure.
And all that they've been doing this year, since after the bear market we saw, their price hasn't yet gotten to that point. I feel the fair price for Thorchain is $15. Personally, fair price for Thorchain, that's the RAIN, the native token, is $15. And right now is at 5 point something dollars. Now, this is not financial advice, but personally, my money is there. I'm expecting them to hit $15. That is like my own expectation. So next time, we're going to be reviewing our trades, like trades that we have done this week, and we're going to share them with you guys, and also what we're expecting to do and what we're expecting from the market. Yeah, but right before we jump into that, I'm looking at Solana ecosystem. Part of what is happening in the markets now, about 50% is massively tied to the Solana ecosystem. And if you look at Solana blockchain, you compare it to 2021, where it was then, where it is now, on-chain transaction, number of dApps, you get the activities going on there, and how strong the ecosystem is right now. Then you bring it down to the valuation. Looking at the price of Solana now is $174. We saw it hit 200 and something in the last bull run, and right now we have more on-chain transactions, we have more dApps, we have more activities. On-chain transaction on Solana as of today is over $4 billion daily. You get, as of today, which is actually crazy. You get, and we've seen lots of innovations there too. What do you think would be like the fair price of Solana
say the current fair price or fair price.
What do you think? Like,
I think the price of Solana is fair in what it is now. Don't forget that when we look at most of these meme coins, we like to believe that these meme coins are created by the people for the people, right? But that's not necessarily the case. At least for me, they're like a group of people, highly influential people that capture, if not, more than 50% of the value. So these monies are, collected and kept, harvested and kept. So it requires new people to start to flock into Solana to start buying the soul tokens, for us to start witnessing new all-time highs for Solana. But if the people that are there are the people that are just packing it and keeping, we might not really see that much rally.
But then again, if you factor in the fact that most of these memes that were created, some of them have soul locked yet in their liquidity pool that people can't have access to unless they trade that meme, which is also causing like scarcity for Solana. Then also when you look at like these AI bots now, for example, the profits that the Truth Terminal bot is making, no one has access to that profit. As of now, no one has access. So imagine the boat has, let's say, in terms of actual Solana, maybe it has in it that's locked up about $2 million or $3 million worth of Solana tokens. We don't know if there is a way that money can be extracted from the boat. As of today, we don't know, because the boat is seen as an entity on its own, making some funny tweets about it having a soul and all. We don't know what the boat will do with that. So don't you think, like, when you bring all of this together, it has like a huge impact on the price of Solana?
Obviously, it would have because it's taking out soul in circulation. It will take a while for that to happen. So, but I think I can't remember properly if the soul supply is unlimited or if it has a cap. I think it does, but I can't remember exactly.
I think Solana supply has a cap.
I think it's 1 billion or so, or thereabouts.
Something like that. But it will
take a while, but it would eventually happen where when you take out something out of circulation, the demand too has to be there consistently for the price to really, really appreciate. So let's see how it plays out. But I don't really have a price that I think it should be the fair price of Solana currently. That's
okay. So talking about our trades, we would love to share like a strategy that we use for trading memes, but we'll be doing that on the next episode 7. But on this episode, we'll just talk briefly about some of the trades that we took. So personally, I'll share a strategy that I took for trading a meme coin that yielded a 2,000% returns. So there's something about when you're trading meme coins, a strategy that most persons don't pay attention to. When you see a particular trend get started, there's usually a project that leads the pack in that trend. Now, in the case of AI projects or AI meme coins, it was actually the GOAT token that was leading the pack. And this token, you would want to find out what blockchain is this token in. Now, GOAT is actually on Solana, and we have 2 blockchains that usually lead when it comes to meme trading. As of now, it's either Solana or Ethereum. So you tend to see that most memes that do very well on Solana, they tend to have like a replica on Ethereum, which sometimes is created much later. So if a meme coin is doing extremely well and it doesn't have a replica yet, or it has a replica in the other chain, which is Ethereum, that presents an opportunity for it to take advantage of it. So that's like basically and simply what I did. So I looked up on chain analysis and I checked. You have just one GOAT meme on Ethereum, which was sitting at roughly 400k market cap, whereas on Solana, it was, as at when I checked, it was already above $450 million market cap. This was at Monday, it was around that price. So I decided to gamble a little amount, because based on experience, the other token on Ethereum would most likely start trying to level up. Now, most persons might want to try this strategy out on Su blockchain or Aptos or Base or any other one. Personally, I don't endorse that. I only tried this on either Solana or Ethereum. So I was able to leverage on that, and few days after, approximately 3-4 days after, it was up over 2000%. So this is one strategy that you can actually use if you want to like trade certain memes. Now there are multiple other strategies that you can use or discover for yourself, but this is one that has been quite consistent. Last month we saw a similar thing, or I think early this month, similar thing with Modine. The Solana Modine performed well, but the SU Modine actually did move quite well, but we saw the Ethereum Modine try to like level up. So you can see this happen in multiple other meme coins. You just have to be quite attentive, and most importantly, you have to be early. So I don't know, are you sharing any of your personal trades with us this week?
I think I've actually done that before, so there is no need to repeat the strategies that I've been actually used to get these memes.
Okay, so two tokens that we spoke about that we're looking at in terms of price action. We're actually looking at Ruin. We're expecting Ruin to like max out at around $15, probably more than, but we feel the fair value of Ruin is actually $15. Then for Solana is around 174 as of today. And personally, I'll be expecting to see Solana get to as high as $300. Personally, I don't know when this would happen, but I know that this is kind of like inevitable. So it's just a matter of time. The market is still consolidating. Looking at Bitcoin, market is still consolidating at around $66,000 per Bitcoin. Once Bitcoin is about to get above $80,000, creating a new all-time high, I expect altcoins to also break out and most other projects to start rallying. So be on the lookout for the market, and don't forget to drop your questions. Don't also forget to also turn on notifications for our next episodes. Don't forget to also hit the subscribe button. For our socials, we have all the links in our bio, so you can have access to our TikTok, our Telegram channel where we share most of the airdrops, our Twitter handle, also our IG handle, and any other social. You can actually have access to it. We've come to the end of this episode. Anything for the audience?
Well, just stay safe. There's plenty of opportunities in the market. You can always make money anytime. Just be prepared, and yes, that's it from me.
And never FOMO, guys. Never FOMO. There are endless opportunities in the crypto ecosystem. Just don't FOMO. Bye bye for now, guys.